Everybody, welcome. Sorry I got a bit of a late start. I really needed some sleep. I just had to sleep for an extra hour or something. I was starting to get on that bad sleep schedule again. But I can't let that happen. So I got to make sure that I'm at least getting somewhere like minimum 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Which I did not do yesterday. I was just like super tired all of a sudden. Around like 9 o'clock, and I was like, I got to get an hour and a half here. So, sorry about that. But we'll see what we can do here. I do have to get up in the morning too. We'll see how it's going. We're definitely going to have to keep it to around 3.5 or 4 hours tonight, and then we'll come back in strong tomorrow. I'll have the patch notes analysis, the support tier list, and then I'll see if I can get maybe one more guide in there too somewhere. Mordekaiser's next up on the list. I've thought about doing a guide for like, what do I do if my team feeds? Since I get that question so much. Which is basically just a compilation of stuff that I've said in my other guides. I mean, a lot of my guides do repeat at least some of what I've said in other guides. I've pretty much said something about almost everything you could possibly think about in League over the course of like the 40 or 50 guides that I have on the channel, but I circle back to them and just make it just a bit more explicit. But I've got to do the ones that people have commissioned first, which is quite a list. I have at least like 5 guides that are like sort of in the pipeline I'm working on here. Hey, what's up, Greshcore? What's up, Lups? Man, that Cassiopeia game was pretty sweet last night. That was fun. So Cassiopeia definitely still strong. If y'all missed that, go watch the last game of last night's stream. The ending wasn't as sweet as I would have liked, but the game itself was pretty nice. At one point we were like 24-2. I think we ended the game 28-4. It was like 85,000 damage. We had more damage than like the top 3 people on their team combined or something like that. But we lost. That's alright. I mean, that just kind of goes to prove sometimes it's not always like who does the most damage or gets the most kills, you know, in games. Other stuff too. I mean, a lot of it was coming down to like they just had some better rotations to us down the stretch. They had better vision coverage. Let's get rid of Ezreal.
Hey, you're lost, but I get it.
Hey, what's up, Tate? I did get a penta in that game. That's right. Yeah. I don't often get to get pentas, but that was one. I think I've probably had less than 10 because I just don't play champions like in my career. I just don't play champions that get them. Usually it's on like support brand, like maybe Zyra. Those are like, I remember getting it one time on brand. Why though? Why is there a gold 2 in here? He's not duoed. I mean, I guess he is off-rolled. Maybe his main is like Platinum 3 or something. Wait, we have 3 support mains? What is this matchmaking?
I decide what the tide will bring.
I haven't seen the new Morgana. Did they release information about her today? Please, somebody don't lock something. Just get me out of here. Is this guy switching? He's going Ignite top Kai'Sa. No, he's not switching. He's literally taking Kai'Sa into Kled because he didn't get his main role. Three supports in the same queue, one of which is gold too. Like, okay, thank God, one of them dodged. Okay, we'll give it a second. Like, I'm trying to defend matchmaking. I'm saying that it's been okay the last few days, but there have been a couple of things that kind of look questionable. Wait, how the hell did Low Pilot get on here? Dude's got like 14,000 subs. I mean, he's got some cool content. I like him, but I need to become part of his partnership program. They had Jelly featured on here, who's like gold 5 or gold 4 or something. Twitch streamer, and now they've got Low Pilot, who has like less than 15,000 subs. Is that thing available yet, or what? Like, they damn well better feature me if I show up on that, if they're like featuring these people. Okay. I thought it was just going to be like mostly like all these people that are going to get featured and stuff were going to be you know, Challenger and stuff like that. Like Challenger. I mean, I guess he is Challenger, but like people with like 100,000, you know, YouTube subs and things like that. There is absolutely no way he has 20,000 subs on Twitch. You mean followers? Like 20,000 paid subs. I guess that's alright. I've got like, I don't know, I think close to, I don't even remember. My account's not even active. Oh, here we go. I don't know if it's gonna, I don't know what this is gonna show. And I've got 325. I've never done a single broadcast of like followers. Anyways, that's fine. Good for those guys. Good for those guys. Good for them. I'm trying not to be a hater. It's good for them. I'm just like, I didn't think they were like legit gonna. I thought it was gonna be a different kind of thing what they were featuring. Okay, what is this? Okay, let me watch this real quick while we wait on that dodge.
Here to make excuses for their darkness, sister? The unrighteous will burn!
Okay, so she's full on melee.
Justice, how boring! As evil grows, so shall I. I make
Okay, no, she still has some other stuff.
Behold the righteous blade.
Okay, no, so she still does have that. Oh, that's her new ult. Okay.
Darkness reveals our truth. Why have we wings, sister, if not to fly? Why do we have feet, if not to tread upon the soil?
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Does it say what their abilities are yet? We get us back in queue. What's up, Matt? Nah, Low Pally's a better player than I am. Low Pally's definitely better than I am. I was just shocked because I didn't think I would get featured on these things, and I don't have a lot of YouTube subs, right? I've got like 25,000 and change. I didn't think I had enough to get featured, which is why I didn't really push it that hard. But to see like a couple of people that, you know, seem like maybe I could potentially get featured is interesting. Maybe they do have a much larger Twitch audience. I don't know. So it's just a visual rework. Well, no, I mean, no, Lubs is not saying that, or whoever. Somber's not saying that. Like, I started that by talking about it. I never said I was better than him. He's better than I am. Alright, Somber, they're right. I mean, he's obviously better than I am. As far as, like, a better player. I mean, he's Challenger. He's been Challenger. I don't know if he's Challenger right now, but he's been Challenger for several seasons, so he's definitely a better player. I don't know. Like, I do look at some of his tier lists. Like, he has, like, a top 5. He does an okay job of explaining stuff. I think I go into more depth with my explanations, but he does offer good explanations, and, you know, he's obviously a better, like, player. I mean, he's way higher ranked than I am, so. Anyways. Let's just drop it. I don't think Somber meant anything offensive by it. And I didn't take it that way. But yeah, it was just, I was just more shocked by the visibility numbers. I thought it was all going to be like 100,000 plus people that were featured. Like, you know, the big name people that were just going to get featured on there again, that were partners. Like, it was going to be, you know, like Yasuo or Cat Evolved, those type of people. Like the mid-range people, not like the million people, the people that have like millions, but the people with like somewhere between 100,000 to 500,000. You don't have that type of stuff. I haven't seen specifically the Twitch Lulu thing.
I decide what the tide will bring.
Well, sometimes it takes a while to, speaking back to Jolty, who played a lot of games, I mean, sometimes it takes a lot of games to get back to where you are. I mean, I think I've played about 100. I'm not back to Diamond 4 yet. You know, you just play games. Sometimes sometimes the meta is just not good for you. Sometimes you're just distracted, have some rough games, whatever, you know, stuff happens. Volibear. Ezreal. Ezreal's so good when he's on the enemy team. Can this be one of those Ezreals? No, we'll see. Oh, someone asked about Vel'Koz support. I don't favor Vel'Koz support. There's certain matchups where he's alright, you know, but... Dude's pretty good on Vlad. Like, how do we get gold? That's what I don't understand. That last game, we had 3 support mains. No duos, including a gold 2 and a bunch of platinum 4s. This game, no duos. Everybody's platinum 2 to diamond 4. Like, this seems like an entirely different, like, range of, like, people that we've been match made with. I guess we'll stick with it. I need, That just seems really weird because, like, there weren't duos involved. So that's what I don't understand, at least according to Porofessor. And it's like the average elo in that previous queue, aside from, like, there being triple support, the average elo was probably, like, platinum 4, maybe platinum 3. The average elo in this one's probably platinum 1. Have I ever done pro play or been on a pro team? No, I have not. Not even close. Highest I've been is Diamond 4. I haven't really followed up on this, but there might be an opportunity for me to, like, help with some kind of analysis or something with the collegiate team at the university where I teach, but I want to get back to Diamond before I explore that. And I do want to do more of those, like, collaborations with other content creators, but once again, I would like to try to get back to Diamond before I approach people about that, just so I have a little bit more credibility. Not that Diamond's like super high elo, but it's certainly higher than Platinum. So I'd like to get back to Diamonds, and then I can start talking with some people. I know Mino Haxor said he might be interested in, you know, doing something again. I would really like to try to do something with Freak. I know that's kind of shooting really high, but I think that, you know, just the way that he does analysis and how he likes the analytical side of stuff with his videos, I think that doing something like that with him could be helpful. I don't know. I think we'd have a similar vibe and a similar audience. And I know that Bizzle, I believe people had told me that Bizzle had some interest in maybe doing something with me. It's hard with him because I think he's in the UK. So the time zone thing might be kind of tough, but we might be able to do something too. I teach English. Mostly writing.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
The Volibear is kind of an odd pick, but the guy plays him a lot.
Minions have spawned.
I think he's going to get smoked by Trendomir. I mean, they have a scary team. It's just like most people are on champions. They at least know how to play, though.
I'll find my path.
So they're trolling. For real. So he's level 2 in top. Okay, they didn't get it. They didn't get the kill. Does he have... Yeah, he went red.
Marvel at that!
Lulu's pretty good. It's annoying, but damn it, that cannon was like so far out of. Chased me so far. Okay, I was trying to fake out that shield this time. Okay, now I got 10 seconds so I can try to get something on him. Okay. Yeah, I gotta start faking that shield out. Nice, there we go. Good heal by Ezreal. Nice, read that. Yeah, we're gonna have to back. We're not gonna be able to get a plate. I kind of threw off his CS there on accident. Really? We're gonna lose a wave probably to the tower. I don't know. There's a lot pushed in there. Maybe not. Hey, thanks, Lev. Hope you had a good day at work. Yeah, I don't have flash, so I gotta have boots, I think. It's usually a good rule of thumb. It's like, if you don't have flash and you can afford boots plus your ward item, you need to get those. I would love to get 2 more fairy charms, like a control ward, and just really put the spikes in them, but gotta be a bit more cautious. Hey, thanks. This actually is not a sweater. It's just a, like a pullover thing. It's just like kind of like a button-down shirt. I don't know what they call it. I'm bad with clothing. It's just an Argyle shirt, basically. It's like a t-shirt. It's kind of a nicer t-shirt. It's like from Banana Republic from many years ago. I don't remember how I got these. I think my wife found them in a thrift store or something. I certainly did not pay full price Banana Republic. Banana Republic's not even that expensive by a lot of people's standards, but I would imagine. Losing so much power here. No, Yi was bot side.
An ally has been slain.
Quit flopping around.
I'm not 100% sure if he's here, but
An ally has been slain.
what?
An enemy has been slain.
1v2 for real? Oh god, I missed it. That's true. Vlad did not press R. I don't know, this guy's like 60% Vlad. I mean, maybe he just messed up. Maybe he probably got flash stunned or something and wasn't expecting to get blown up like that. Wait, why is Vlad down here? Pretty sure there's a trap in that place. If I had wave, we would have killed him, but I don't. I told him I didn't. We needed one more wave. Get that and get back to lane. I probably should have stayed. We're gonna lose some experience at this lane. Yeah, they didn't get any gold off that plate, I guess. Yeah, I should have rotated down and stayed for the wave. We're down like 50% CS, even though we're dominating the lane as far as like map pressure. Ezreal is just missing like every open CS possible. And Caitlyn pushes really fast when we back too. Well, I play now. I mean, I don't know what her stats are. It's unlikely. I don't think she's designed to be a support. I think she's designed to be a top laner. But, I mean, it just depends on what her numbers are. Like, someone can have the coolest kit in the world and, like, not, like, something about their kit just doesn't really work well for support, you know? Or like their numbers don't work. Like Orianna, for example, like her kit seems like it'd be great for support, but the numbers just aren't there. Like it requires too much farm, too much mana. We don't have Sheen yet. What is she getting? She's going rapid? Whoa, what the? What actually killed me? I hopped out. How did that hit me? What? I hopped right here. How did that hit me? Am I just blind? Rengar died to minions and gave him a kill. How on earth did that hit me? Like, I was in this bush, right? I died in the bush. My flash is on cooldown. Did the tower hit me? Is that... But wait, how did Galio hit me, though? It said Galio got the kill. Like, Galio's ult was right here, though. It was right there. It doesn't extend that far into the bush, does it? For real? Oh, the tower hit me? But how did Galio hit me, though? Because nothing should have hit me unless it was the ult, I think. I don't know. I'll have to go back and see. Maybe I flashed after the ult hit me. I just did it too late or something. Maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. Okay, so he hit me with the ult, and then I flashed, and then a tower shot followed me after I flashed. That's what happened.
Quit flopping around.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Nice. This Ezreal's playing pretty well. I really don't think the new crit meta favors him. I think Stormrazor, he was like the best abuser of Stormrazor. I think the disappearance of Stormrazor from the meta was actually pretty bad for him. Did we get Rift already? Okay, yeah, we did. I mean, maybe he still works for some people. Like, it's my understanding from what I've seen, like, hardly anybody plays him anymore. And, you know, like, yeah, he's still good with Infinity Edge, but, like, it's not as oppressive as he was off of, like, Stormrazor. Like, that's what I see, but it's possible I'm wrong about that. I haven't seen him that much on this patch. I think, you know, the nerf to things like Ignite just a lot of the like earlier game stuff are not as good as they used to be, and that's why like Misfortune and Jen have kind of fallen off a little bit. Where'd he go? Okay. Not like int into them. We're just getting a little crazy. We're giving him 3 towers. Okay. I guess if... Wait, how did Yi not die? Someone's about to spawn. Okay, Volibear's about to spawn. Volibear should be able to match it at this point, I think. Trinity force Volibear.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Get out. Can we not have, like, bronze macro, please? Just get the damn dragon. I know it's fun with Ezreal because you're OP as hell. Only like 3 items, but... No fun, only win. No fun, only win.
Killing spree. An enemy has been slain. Down.
Yeah, it feels like we're about to start feeding.
Killing spree.
God.
Has destroyed a turret.
They're about to... Dude. The freaking Master Yi with a Lulu, man. Like, they're gonna run you down. Alright, we're lucky we're so far ahead here. Yeah, they surrendered after that. I mean, the Ezreal's like zoning their whole team. Oh, hey, what's getting barred? All right, shout out Megan. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for letting your boyfriend watch the stream. All right. How would I rate this season so far? It's good. I mean, I think basically just about every new season is better than the old season. Like, I think they almost always make improvements to the game overall. Like, the one season I really didn't like that, like, season 6 with the, like, basically getting rid of solo queue for the most part. I thought that was a really odd decision, and they ended up taking that back and just turning it into flex queue. I think that was the one, like, big systemic mistake that they've made, but everything else I think has been pretty solid. I really feel like positional match hasn't changed that much, as far as I can tell. What's up, Impure? It's just your perception. If you have the same rank and you're getting roughly like similar elo, then it's gonna be the same thing. If you're getting ranged, if you're getting arranged with like silver 2s on both accounts, then you know silver 2 is silver 2. So some people have some bad games. So basically in season 6, they I forgot what they called it, but it was basically like everything was flex queue. You could be like you could queue up for solo queue and be against an enemy team that's 5 people that were arranged like friends. That didn't happen very often, but it could happen, and it was all under the same bracket. So if you played 5s with your friends, then you would have the exact same like rank as solo queue. So it was basically just like whoever had like the most friends they played with would get the highest rank a lot of times. Now sometimes they would put arranged 5s with arranged 5s. They tried to do that. Like especially with 3, you could queue with 3 and you wouldn't be placed against 5s most of the time, but you would still be placed against other people that had like 1.
You don't have the heart.
It was really awkward though. Well, it's just perception, Carlos. There's no way that can mathematically be true. Hey, what's up, Slim Jim? Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, dynamic queue. That's what it was called. I thought that was a mistake. What's up, Tim? Well, I mean, everybody's going to think anytime they lose, it's like unfair match most of the time. Or like a lot of people think that about, you know, 70% of their games. I even feel like that sometimes, but it's just because we remember the extreme cases a lot more than just the normal cases. In pretty much anything in life, we always remember extremes more than we remember normal stuff. I guess what is Nami again? I don't know.
I decide what the tide will bring.
I think it's a problem of memory more so than like quantitative reality. If you think about it, like you're playing with the same pool of people. If everyone's ranked silver 2, like they're going to be on your team and they're going to be on the enemy team. You know, sometimes. If you place like if you played 100 games and you took random silver 2 people, 10 of them, and put them in a game, there's going to average out to about a 50% win rate for everybody. There will be some people that climb out of it, that have a higher win rate. There will be some people that maybe drop down a little bit. But by and large, the vast majority of the people that are at a rank are going to stay at that rank for a long time. It pulls people towards the average. As you get closer to sort of your skill cap, it'll start pulling you closer and closer to 50%. That's part of why you never see people that are high challenger with like 2,000 games. Because it hasn't pulled them towards 50% yet. Well, I didn't look at everything here, but hopefully people are playing stuff they know. The Ivern, the Urgot, and the other guy are all playing stuff they play, so that looks good. You can't have Silver 2 Elo or MMR in Iron 4. I'm pretty sure it can't happen. The range is not that wide. I'd be like having a challenger in a Platinum 4 game or something, or like a Masters player in a Platinum 4 game. Like a Silver 2, or like a Silver 4 in a Platinum 4 game. Well, Silver, like, yeah, Silver 4 can be in games with... Hey, what's up, Sergio? Thanks for the sub. Silver 4s can be in games with, like, Bronze 1s. Yeah, like, the band can be a little bit higher, but, like, the average is not going to be, you know, that's different than Iron 4. Like, literal Iron 4. Like, we see in my game sometimes, we'll get, like, some golds. Like, this dude's gold 3 in here. I don't understand how that happens sometimes, but it's not, like, silver. But, like, with the duo, like, with duo, sometimes stuff can get weird, but that's, like, unnatural. Like, this is a duo. Okay, so this guy's, like, gold 2, and that's why they have a gold 3. I wish they would tighten the duo band a little bit, but...
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until
I doubt they're going to be 5 stacked in that tri-bush.
My people are counting on me. I will see my home again.
Minions have spawned.
No, don't int. No. That's fine. We got his flash. But yeah, so like sometimes the cases can get extreme when you're near the edges. So like if you're Silver 3 and you have low MMR, you get paired with someone who's Bronze 1. The Bronze 1 person, in theory, could duo with someone who is Iron 4. So, in theory, yes, it could go that low. But it's extremely rare for that to happen. Just like right now, you know...
Sure as the tide.
I can't get a natural gold 1 on my game. Maybe this low in the season. I guess it's possible. Gold 1 with really high MMR... who was like maybe Diamond last season and is just now doing their placements. A Gold 1 could get paired with me as a Platinum 2 in my game, and then they could, in theory, duo with their buddy who's Silver 4. But it's really, really hard to do that. It's extremely rare. Once you get to Diamond 4, then the lowest you can duo is, I believe, Platinum, like, 3 or something. I don't know. Something much lower. Like, the band tightens a lot. I wish they would do that anyways, where you couldn't duo with someone that's more than, like, 3 divisions lower from you. But that's fine. It's that kind of stuff is extremely rare anyways, and it can happen to the enemy too. There's probably like less than a 10% chance that's going to happen in a game. Yeah. I need to fake her out with an auto attack. Usually Sivir doesn't get spell shield level 2. Usually she gets that level 3. I don't know where Graves is. I mean, basically, I would just say watch my video on League, like it's called League of Legends Luck, or like Luck in League. That's pretty risky. Like if Graves showed up, I was gonna die 100%. But she was so low. Basically what it comes down to is it's just like I said a second ago, most of it is we just remember extreme cases more than normal cases, and we tend to remember bad stuff more than good stuff. So it's more likely in our memory we're just going to remember all the like the feeders on our team, but we're not going to remember the time we fed and got carried by the top laner who is 10-0. You know, the time when we went 0-5 bot lane and they carried us, we're not going to remember that. Or we're not going to remember the time when the enemy team had somebody who was 0-10, you know, mid lane, right? We just think it's just another game in the park. It's like, oh, their mid laner's 0-10. Of course, our mid laner's really good. It's like, well, their mid laner was probably auto-filled and really bad, too. So, you know, we just don't remember that stuff. But when it's our mid laner that's 0-10, by God, we definitely will remember it. Or when we go 10-0, and then we lose the game because our top laner goes 0-5. You know, we remember that stuff. So, most of it's just a problem with memory, and just like people not understanding like how to win a team game. A lot of people think it's just like you just do well individually, and if everyone else does well individually, then you win, and everybody takes individual responsibility for their individual performance. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, right? Like maybe you pick a lane bully like Pantheon in lane and you never get ganked, and so you're allowed to go up like 50 CS, but you just sit in lane and zone, you know, so maybe you're up 3 kills in the 50 CS top lane, but then they just sit on your bot lane all game, make your bot lane go 0-5, and you're like, well, I won my lane, why didn't I win? It's like, well, because you didn't take your advantage to the rest of the map. And they camped for a champion that scales way better than you do. Wow, that's back? Okay. This eye is pretty good. I'm guilty of that too. I mean, I feel it also. When, you know, sometimes when I'm on a loss streak or something, I'm like, oh my God, I keep getting feeders, you know, but a lot of it's just a problem with memory. And a lot of it is, like I said, it's not... Making mistakes is definitely a big part of it, like stuff you can identify, like I shouldn't have done that or I shouldn't have been there. But the harder stuff is like, how do you take better advantage of opportunities? You know, like, how do you push your lead even further? Like, that stuff is more difficult to identify. But that's the thing. You know, if you're doing well in your lane, but you could have done better, well, if you did better and you closed out the game at 25 minutes with your lead instead of letting it go to 30, then maybe your jungler doesn't miss that smite on Barret and throw the game. You know? And so that's the kind of stuff that is harder to spot. Like, could I have been even more aggressive in lane? Could I have warded even deeper? Could I have, like, had an even better awareness of where the jungler was, or made better shot calling decisions? Evaporated. One more? Okay, well, at least we traded one back. Oh, wow. She got him? No. Damn, we knew they were there. I should have just let her die. Like, we were pinging it back for a very long time. Actually, no. I really am becoming a fan of Chalice and Lane because it gives you really nice regen early, and it turns into Athenes, which is really strong. But that regen is something people forget about with this item. It doesn't give you plus healing and shielding, which is a thing, but, you know, getting 125% bonus regen, our regen's probably like, I don't know, 10 health per 5 right now. So that takes it to like 20 health per 5. So that adds up over a laning phase quite a bit. You can also dodge. That's the thing too. Like, that's something people forget about. Like, that's within your control. You don't have to play every game. Damn, I thought she already used that earlier. Alright, well. I guess I should have tried to bait it more with autos. She was holding it specifically for the bubble, and I just popped 6. Pretty sure she... Did she heal? I don't know. I mean, this isn't really a poke lane. Like, that Chalice is better, obviously, in poke lanes, but... Damn, she is crushing him on CS. This AD carry is actually pretty good. I mean, it's pushed in, it might as well. Oh, press the wrong button. Nice. Oh, God, why is he there? Oh, she didn't even ult down. Use Rengar's bush against us. Or Ivern's bush against us. I'm gonna get hooked here in a second, probably. He doesn't have any mana. Yeah, I have a whole video on dodging, and I have a more detailed video about the psychology. It's called, like, League and Luck. Is League Luck? And then there's another one that's, should you one-trick? Or no, like, the one-trick guide has some of it in there about that, but... Should you be a meta slave? That's one. So, like, meta slave and luck are kind of the two keywords there. They're actually ahead of us somehow, even though we're up a kill and 30 CS. I guess not that far up. Just that BF sword looks scary. Graves was up there, I think. Or was it just their mid laner? Yeah, Graves is up there. I would definitely get a Phantom Dancer second if I was Xayah here. Cyber's getting spanked. How is Diana anywhere close in CS? Like, Anivia should just be able to push her in every time. I mean, they see you, Ivern. Okay, I guess he's just gonna try to force it down. Don't suicide Daisy, man. What? I mean, like, that's why it's, like, pretty much...
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
Swim against the current.
Well, we did get a counter top lane. Like, the problem was they saw him on that ward. Like, they knew he was going to set that up. They knew he was going to gank or dive. So everybody had, like, 30 seconds to ping everything, saying, okay, Shin, you got your ult. You ready for this? We're about to fight bottom. Graves was probably, like, at Raptors or something. It's like, hey, Graves, you going to come down here and deal with this? Yeah, man. Like, they had, like, all year to set that up.
Destroyed a turret.
Why are we invading when we're behind?
Your turret has been destroyed.
I mean, Ivern is becoming more popular and he has a decent win rate. I love playing Ivern. I love him personally, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like him on my team. It feels like they almost always aren't good, although I think that dude has a pretty good win rate on him. Part of it's because I play enchanters, so, like, I'm already going to have a redemption for the team, you know? I'm already going to have an ardent censer for the team. So that's, like, the biggest knock against Ivern is that enchanters are so good right now. And that, like, you know, you don't need multiples of enchanter items. I'm pretty sure he flash stunned me. He may have just normal stunned me, but I'm pretty sure he flashed for it. This Nivea, what the? Didn't we stun her? Why didn't she die? Yeah, this one's gonna be hard. Yeah, we have people like this. Xayah is good. We can definitely win. She didn't need to ult there though, or she definitely didn't need to flash. She could have just like killed her with ease, you know. Oh, everybody's missing everything. I'm gonna have to walk all the way around. Smokescreen has to be one of the most annoying like CCs in the game. Oh wow, they're inting in this, right? Triple kill for Zaya. Wait, how is he taking no damage from Nidia?
Sure as the tides.
Sometimes I need to treat myself.
Swim against the current.
Yeah, you shouldn't give up. Well, I don't say never. There are definitely some games where moving on to the next game might be better for you mentally, and you have a really low probability of winning. But I would say don't give up. People shouldn't give up as many games as they do. But I would say there is a time and a place to just go ahead and throw in the towel on a game. But it's not many games if you're trying to actually win. Like, if you're trying to climb. So even if you have like a 20% chance to win or something, you know, that's still a 20% chance to win. At the end of the season, if you just had a handful more wins, it doesn't take much. It's like 10 wins or less more. It would give you 1 extra division, sometimes 2 extra divisions. And that could be the difference between like silver and gold at the end of the season. It's so annoying how Blitz gets off his auto attack even if you flash. How did that even... He got me with like the very pixel of it, which is super frustrating.
I will see my home again.
Why is she moving so fast? That damn windbreak. We have the damage for this? Yeah, I guess so. Graves is gone. Do you not have Daisy? Use Daisy, dude. No, just... What the f... No, that might be the Baron throw. Why would you call for Baron when we don't have our tank there and not even use Daisy to try to tank it? With like Daisy with shields. I don't know. It was really stupid. We shouldn't have done that.
An ally has been slain.
We just don't have the damage for it.
My people are counting on me.
Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything, dude. They're on Baron. Like, I can't. They have a freaking Blitzcrank. Yeah, but we didn't have a tank, and he was losing all of his health. Like... That's a pretty big throw. No, don't walk that way, please. Yeah, I mean, that was a good call. There was no way we were going to get Baron there.
Bring up blue.
Alright, Navia, you got your blue. You got to put... Those Sivir bounces are obnoxious.
A summoner has disconnected.
My quest beckons.
A summoner has reconnected. Your turret has been destroyed.
Well, if all they get are 2 tier 2s, I guess that's about as well as we could, you know, hope for here.
My people are counting on me.
I got all 3 tier 2s though. One set champion.
I still hear the song of the sea.
Hate surprises. Unless I'm doing the surprising.
Always another way.
A gift from the forest. Given freely to those in need.
I got the Shen split push. Nivea is getting kind of strong at this point. We should be able to win team fights with Nivea. It still feels like she's not vaporizing them as much as I would suspect. Well, the thing is, Diana has very clearly defined weaknesses. Like, yeah, Diana has more, like, upfront burst, like, full-on, like, one-shot, probably. But it's Akali's, like, mobility and her healing that's the annoying thing. It's like she would one-shot people, and she had all this extra stuff. Like, Diana's pretty fair. Like, she's super one-dimensional, you know? She's extremely dangerous. We don't have Ivern, though. God, those freaking Sivir. Oh, the stun! Sivir is obnoxious, like in siege situations. Or just once she gets a couple of crit items in general, she's very difficult to deal with in team fights. Urgot! Okay. Alright, Graves is bottom. Okay, yeah, we should have it here. Alright, Ivern's starting to come online too. We got a couple of items. He's starting to heal. You guys are fiends. Yeah, they Ivern plus Nami heals. Now Graves is like tilted or something here. I don't know. Game's got me sweating a little bit. Are they trying to counter push us when we have Baron? I mean, they have Sivir, but like. They don't have Graves. We have such a crazy team fight. Like, my wave, I keep bubbling like 2 or 3 people plus waving like 3 people in these fights. And then Xayah does insane like AoE damage. So does Anivia. And then Urgot's like pretty tanky. And then Ivern's like shielding everybody. We have a really nasty 5v5. Yeah, Anivia started getting them with those walls. Like, Anivia pinning them in. Like, my wave, you know, to kind of slow them down. And then Anivia's wall, her ult, my, like, double bubble, and then, you know, like, my wave bouncing around, plus Ivern's shield is just keeping people up. Smoother than Jeff Goldblum. Okay. Can you proc Athene's off of Guardian Keystone? Yes. Anything that's a shield. On your ally, not on you. Yeah, it was a nice comeback victory. This kid seems troll. I don't know. I don't think he did it intentionally. I mean, dude, our Ivern was like 1 in 8. Their Blitz is 1 in 10. I mean, whatever. I died 7 times. Yeah, I saw the rework vid. I think I've heard the word on the street is that Morgana's W is going to give grounding, but I don't know if that's for sure or not. I saw something different with Kale's kit. Her ult looks like it not only gives a shield, like invulnerability or a shield, one or the other, but it also comes down and like does damage after like a 1 second charge time or something. Morgana's looked like it threw out 3 chains, but that's what it does right now. Three refunds, is that a shocker because you think that's too much or too little? I mean, that chart was okay. It's not one of these charts, though. I don't get charts like that very often, but that was pretty sweet. Okay, what are we at here? Oh, you shocked they gave any at all? Yeah, they do give a few. Okay, let me feed the cat real quick. What are we at? Swing by the restroom and then we'll reconvene. Thoughts on Taric counters? I mean, just anything that like does something in the laning phase. I mean, probably Sona, I would imagine, is one of his biggest counters because she does team fighting really well and she applies pressure. I mean, we can see statistically what the counters to Taric are. In general, Taric isn't a very rare pick. Like, really, like, he's only used a lot in, like, booster comps. Like Taric, Master Yi, that type of thing. Okay, so Sona's on the list. Janna's up there. I mean, some of these champions are just going to counter because they just have a really high win rate overall. So, like, Nunu and Udyr, just because they have high win rates. But, like, just other enchanters that scale better than he does are, like... But he's going to be, like, okay against the tanks. Just because they don't have any scaling to begin with, and he at least has some off of his enchanter stuff. Gaining and losing 17 for over 2 weeks. I mean, if you're gaining and losing about the same amount, then that's okay. Like, it just becomes a problem when you are, you know, like losing 22 and gaining like 16. But when you lose a lot, you can kind of get into a rut, and that takes a while. If they give Morg grounding on her W, like the way that I've said I would balance Morg is if they give her grounding on her W, maybe a small slow on her W, like a small slow with grounding, so basically like a Cassiopeia W with probably less damage. Something like that. And they took the CC down off of her Q to like 2.25 seconds, so it's not ridiculous at max rank. That would match every other long CC for the most part. That's like a normal ability, not an ultimate. It's like not an Ash Arrow, but most other things like Fiddlestick Sphere, Lulu Polymorph, all of those things are 2.25 seconds. So I think they should take down the Q time, give W binding, or like grounding, and then I think Black Shield's probably fine, and her ultimate is probably fine. They could spruce it up a little bit, but if they did that, it'd be okay. The thing is, like, Morgana's not like terrible. She's just like a counter pick in a lot of situations. But if they gave her grounding with a small slow on that grounding with W, I think that would be that'd be really solid. That would give her that, because she's just missing like that extra piece of CC, like reliability with her CC. They should do that to Soraka while they're at it too. It should silence plus ground. I guess the silence is basically grounding because you can't do stuff in it, but like maybe give her silence a slow for Soraka. Well, I mean, you know, if you win, as I always say, you know, if you're playing Master Yi support and you're on a 20-game win streak, just keep playing it. Like, the advice that I give is for a larger audience. You got to keep that in mind. So there will be some people in here, probably a lot of people, where I say, you know, I don't think a certain champion is the best, and then people will have really good win rates with it. Like, I might say, you know, I don't think that top lane Poppy is the best right now in this meta, and then, you know, there's probably like 20 people that watch that have like a 60% win rate with Poppy. So, like, whenever I'm talking about, you know, for the vast majority of the population, like, without knowing your specific situation, without watching replays of what you're doing or looking at your op.gg or, like, you know, all of that stuff. So, I mean, there are challengers that play the most obscure picks you can think of, probably. There's a challenger that probably, like, one-tricks almost every champion. You know, like, there's one challenger for one champion out there somewhere. Or there's at least a high diamond player that plays almost every obscure champion. There's probably, like, a master level player that plays Volibear. You know, Volibear to masters. But, you know, I'm just speaking in terms of a large audience. But if you win on something, then you don't really need my opinion about it, you know. If you have a high win rate, then just keep playing it. But just at the same time, just because you're really good on it doesn't mean that everyone else is going to be really good on it. It also doesn't mean that you couldn't be winning more if you were playing a different champion. So, like, someone might have, you know, a 54% win rate on Volibear and be like, hey, Volibear's good. It's like, yeah, but if you were playing, like, you know, Urgot for the past 4 months, you may have had a 60% win rate on Urgot. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you enjoy playing a champion, just play it, you know? Like, probably no one watching is going to go pro. Everyone probably, you know, you should just be playing the game, you know. If you want to get more wins, that's a thing. But at the same time, you know, if you really play the game and just want to have fun with it, then have fun with it, you know. So that's what I think. Okay, so yeah, like, my advice is not like the gospel for every single player that watches this in every situation. No one's advice could be. There's so many different individuals, you know, in different individual situations. But I just, when people ask me stuff, I'm just speaking about, you know, what I think for the majority of people would be optimal. And I can be wrong about stuff too, obviously. But anyways, I'll be back in just a second. Just let me refill my drink, and we'll be back in like 1 minute. Well, Soraka's E is a root, but only if they stand in it for like a second and a half. I'm talking like it needs to have a slow on it or something. Soraka just needs like more CC, I think. Or just like, maybe it's her numbers. Maybe she just needs a bigger speed boost if she hits people with her Q so she can kite easier. Maybe it needs to be an overall speed boost, not just when she's running away. Something like that. Or like if she's around injured people, then she gets the speed boost, not just running towards them. Okay, Grey, sounds good. If he wants Ezreal, I guess we'll just ban Lucian. The last Ezreal was pretty good.
You don't have the heart for this.
Hey, Adam. Well, 6 seasons is a long time, but, you know, sometimes just small adjustments can help you climb a lot. The grounding thing shouldn't be chained with her Q because the Q already has a lot of CC. It needs to be something where like it's point click, reliable. They're not going to be able to flash away from your Q. They're going to have to dodge it, or they're not going to be able to dash away from your Q. They're going to have to like walk and dodge it. Yeah, the only way Soraka can run away is if she hits her Q, she does gain movement speed. to run away, but it's not enough, I don't think. It's like a 15% or something. Or so it should be either last longer or more speed. Let's see, this Vladimir is very scary. %. I mean, I know there are bad starts to the season, but like, I know why I wasn't performing well. I don't know why he's not performing well. Oh, Kana, they nerfed this really hard. Okay, 31% Camille, 42% Scion. No, it's 58% Scion. I think I gotta dodge this though. I'm gonna dodge it. And Ezreal is always kind of a coin flip. Yeah, that dude's auto-filled Ezreal also. Yeah, it's just like Scion and Ezreal are really low damage. Dude's not that good on Nico. Camille has been nerfed into the ground in jungle, I think. If she hasn't, I mean, she's 31% on her, even if Camille's still okay. I don't know. There's just, like, so many, like, question marks. And Vlad with a Zillion backing them up is just so hard to deal with our comp. We just don't have enough sustained damage to deal with him. We just didn't have enough power. Like, Ezreal can be good, but you have to surround him with, like, more power most of the time. Probably not going to get a Taric game without a donation. Same I say about all the champions people recommend, you know. I just try to play whatever I think is good. If it's not something that's on my tier 1, where it's not a specific counter pick to certain situations, it's probably not happening. He's low damage early game, not late game, but his damage is very conditional. Like, people have to actually hit things. I just think it's a lot lower than someone like a Vayne or a Jinx who just can right-click on you at a certain point. I think it is, in my experience. I mean, your mileage may vary, but... Insane late game. That's the key word. Insane at 30 minutes. I think we're going to get run over before 30 minutes because we didn't have any power to get us to that point in the early game. But Jinx and, like, Vayne also have really good late game. I mean, I think Ezreal can be good, but, like, you need another win condition because there are a lot of Ezreals that fail. Well, hey, I mean, I can do coaching. Just $20 off stream, $25 on stream, or if you want to become a channel member, you get a $5 discount. I've got like 150 or so coaching sessions on the channel, so you can watch some of them, see what you think. Yeah, I do a lot of coaching. I mean, obviously I'm not Challenger or something like that, but I think the way that I explain and break stuff down, like, I can find stuff that will help you out. Oh, dodge. Okay, I was about to say, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of experience with the details of ban penalties. I don't, and Riot doesn't release that info. But as far as dodge, yes, it is a little bit different, Keith. I don't know. It's a little mysterious. So what it had been, you're right, in the past was your first dodge is 6-minute dodge, 3-minute LP penalty. That's still the same. Every dodge for the next 16 hours is still 10 LP penalty. That's still the same. The thing that's changed is the 30-minute dodge. and I don't know exactly what it is. But in the past, if you dodged at all, ever, within that 16-hour window, whenever you got a 10 LP penalty, it reset the timer on the 16 hours, and you got a 30-minute dodge. Now, there's some length of time you can wait within that 16 hours. And then if you dodge again, it will only be a 6-minute dodge, but it will be 10 LP. Riot never disclosed when they changed this. I believe they changed it in the preseason. That's when I started noticing it, when I would have multiple dodges on a stream, and some of them would only be 6 minutes. But I think it's something like an hour. So if you don't have another dodge for something like an hour, it might be 30 minutes. Then it goes back to a 6-minute penalty, but it's still 10 LP. So most of the time what I've noticed is if I have a 3-minute dodge and then I play a game, like another game in between it, and then I dodge again after that game, usually it is a 6-minute dodge again. No, you never lose MMRF with dodges. It's just LP. I probably honestly should do something like a mid lane game right now. Actually, I think I will do a mid lane game next, just so that I don't have to dodge. Because if I end up in another game that I have to dodge, then it could be a 30-minute dodge. I mean, if you do it 100 times, there might be some kind of additional penalty. I'm not sure. I've dodged like probably 5 or 6 times in a day before, and I haven't received any extra penalty. Yeah, there have been people that have done that. There have been people that have dodged all of their games and tanked all of their promos to get into bronze that have like diamond MMR. I think. Let me see. See, here it is. Hit Challenger MMR while being Bronze 5 with a 70 or a 69% win rate overall. You could just dodge every promo game. So you wouldn't have to dodge your way all the way down LP-wise. You can just dodge your promos. Yes, losing 10 LP is better than your MMR going down. It's also better than losing 20 LP, which is what would happen if you played the game and lost it. All of it. So yeah, you can do that. You're still playing against the high elo people with your MMR. The LP is just for decoration. It really doesn't even matter. I'm gonna play one Cassiopeia game here. Nah, I don't think they should do a penalty-free dodge vote, because then if someone on your team gets auto-filled, or if you have 2 auto-fills, they could just hold it hostage. They could just say, I'm going to end this game unless y'all dodge me out, and then everyone would dodge out if there was no penalty. So, like, a game would never start. I think they should have, if you take a dodge in the lobby, you get a report. Or you should at least be able to report somebody in pre-lobby if somebody dodges. At least the person who dodges should be able to report. Or everyone in the game, if there is a dodge, should have the option of reporting, potentially. You should get an end-game screen on a dodge. I think it should be a normal button you can press in the client that says something like dodge on it instead of having to exit out. It should be a normal button, and it takes you to an end-game screen. But yeah, there shouldn't ever be a penalty-free dodge. I mean, 3 LP is basically penalty-free. It's pretty close. So the reason I'm playing one mid-game is just so that if I... because there's no way I'm going to dodge a mid-game, basically. I'm just going to play it. No, not report you for dodge. If you dodge, you have the option, if you want, to write a report about why you dodged. So you could either write, like, I dodged because someone on my team picked a bad champ, or I dodged because this guy on my team was threatening to end the game, or he was cussing out someone else on my team, or I dodged because I didn't get my main champion. And then that would give Riot a sense of, also, it would give them more data. Why did, like, they would understand why people dodge games. So they would understand which games are less desirable than others.
You don't have.
So I think it's, if nothing else, it's a really good data point they could get. Even if they don't, like, use the reports to actually prosecute people or whatever, I think they should use it to prosecute people that are holding the queue hostage. I think it should have chat logs. And they should be able to prosecute people for that. But at the very minimum, they could have a better understanding on why people dodge to help them optimize their games. No permaban for dodging. Sometimes that's your only defense against trolls. Or, like, just really bad team comps. Yeah. Well, it's, if they already have a complaint system. Like, they have this. It's at the end screen. They have a report feature. All they have to do is just make it to where there's an actual button where you can press dodge instead of exiting out of the screen if you want to. And then it takes you to an end screen, and if you want to write a report, you can. Or other people could write reports too, potentially. But at a bare minimum, since the person who's dodging probably has to care quite a bit about it because they're losing LP and they're having to wait. They're getting timed out.
There is no antidote for me.
Then, you know, they probably have a good reason why they're doing it. And so I think, if nothing else, it would be a good data point for Riot. People in general should probably dodge more often. Yeah, a lot of people don't use that feature if you're looking to climb. Although it does slow down queue times for everybody. I'm just being honest. That's probably why a lot of content creators don't recommend dodging. Some people do. Like the really high elo people that are trying to give you good, honest advice will tell you that type of stuff. But Riot tries to make it arcane where people don't know you can do it because it does slow down the system if everybody dodges. I'd say there's probably at least half the people that play League of Legends don't know that you can dodge, or they don't like understand the penalties or like why you would want to do it. Most people just log in and play and that's it. I don't know the exact timing on Mirror Mana. I think tier, if you're doing it optimally, I believe it's something like 10 minutes to charge it reasonably with someone like Ezreal, so it depends on when you pick it up. If you pick it up at 8 minutes, which is a little on the late side for Ezreal, then you could probably have it done by 18 minutes. It's probably okay. Hey, what's up, Steen? She's doing well. She's asleep right now, but and she was sick last Wednesday and got me sick last Thursday, but we both kind of recovered. Their team, it looks like we're probably going to lose this game, honestly. No top tier list. Nah, I don't have one right now. Maybe next patch. It takes a long time to do those tier lists, man. Like, each one's like an hour, and then I have to do research for all of them, too. Bot lane's probably going to get stomped. I'm not amazing mid lane. I'm okay. We'll probably go even, hopefully. Top lane's probably going to get run over by Jace.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
We can legally do what?
So messy.
No. You mean finish tier? No, there's no way. You can't buy tier that early. You mean buy tier by 9:30? There's no way you can finish it.
Minions have spawned.
There's like actual a mathematical limit to it. I think you can trigger it. I mean, you guys can do the math on it. I don't know. It's like you can trigger it up to once every 4 seconds, I believe. For, I think it's 4 mana. It might only be 3 mana growth. You have to get to 750. And you have to have the gold to complete Archangels. Well, yeah, and Morgana is like really good against Veigar too. So, but that's fine. It's just kind of, I don't really care. We might lose a couple of points on our support account for this if we lose the game. I just didn't want to risk taking a 30-minute dodge. Damn it.
First blood.
Okay. Well, he tried to dive her. She has way more wave clear than I thought she did. When I was playing her, it felt like her wave clear is just so expensive. Maybe I just wasn't doing it right. Well, she is out of mana. Basically oomed herself wave clearing. This is one of those where if it like was my main account, I would probably dodge it. But I mean, we're not that far behind. We could still win for sure. I mean, she's gonna back 100% after that.
Think what I could offer.
Damn it, I need one more wave.
An ally has been slain.
I may leave, but I'm never gone.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sammy? I'm getting smoked on CS early though. Should probably consider getting more of those like rings. God, Nunu with the effing lane gank. That's so frustrating. She popped 6 like right before I did.
Watch your step.
Alright.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, of course, Babu. Of course that's how you hit it, dude. They're not coming in with perfect health, though. And that's what you have to remember. They don't come in with perfect health. And when they're stacked up under the mint, and when they're stacked up under the wave, and your minions are hitting them, they don't have perfect health. Like, they have variable health, depending on how much damage they took on their way in. Of course it's an auto attack plus a spell, buddy. Like, I know that, 100%. But they're not going to have, like, perfect health when they roll up. And your minions are going to do damage to them. See how they're doing damage to them right now? So I have to adjust a little bit. Well, it's not even about timing. It's like you have to be able to adjust and figure out how much damage the minions have. And like how to adjust your spells and your autos.
Keep your enemies close.
Enemy killing spree. Shut down.
Destroy them.
I mean, I always ran out of mana when I was playing Lissandra. Maybe it's corrupting with those double rings. Maybe that's the key. I just never tried that build.
Like what you see?
It's not normals. This is ranked. I just had a dodge, so I'm just playing a mid-ranked game.
An enemy has been slain.
There's always like that slight delay with the last minion is what it feels like.
Precision.
Enemy killing spree.
And it feels like she just basically never runs out of mana with that build.
An ally has been slain.
Maybe I should be giving Lissandra more of a try. Oh, it's like literally insta-clear.
Be back soon.
Shut down.
Can I even get anything off of this? Wow, what? Like, she has ult, dude. What did I just see? Nunu's probably gonna be around. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Careful now.
That acceleration buff on her W from a while ago. Oh my god. That champion's obnoxious. Yeah, I need to be playing some more Lissandra. I need to try that double Doran's ring buff. Crap.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
I'm getting obliterated this game. I can't ult earlier. She wasn't in range.
Watch your step.
And I didn't know she was going to take that tower shot.
Will soon fall.
Like, I wasn't going to be able to kill her because if I ult her earlier, she's just going to W away. W, like, doesn't, like, she's not going to face me for it. And it really doesn't do that much damage. Unless she's facing you and you get the stun and you get to combo her.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Nunu's just such a terror when he ganks. Like, it's so hard to get away from that snowball.
Not so easy to get.
This feels like a bad idea.
Violence is so
Enemy double kill.
Yeah, this game's good. No, Malzahar wasn't banned.
Every problem is an
An
opportunity.
ally has been slain.
Yeah, our jungler's not there, bro. I gotta get priority here, too.
Like what you see?
Why the hell is he here? Alright, well, hopefully we don't get Nunu in a second. I suppose it's possible we can get back in this game, but like I'm gonna have to go to the side lane. Who is their splitter? It's Jace's top side.
Spineless.
I'm not gonna get any farm if I stay middle, so I have to go down here. I do have teleport,
An
but
enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been
they're all gonna
slain.
feed. We might get mid tower though. They're gonna get top most likely. No, get this, dude. Why are you following me? Like, why is this guy following me around? Is he trolling? Pressure the tower. They're all top. He's just like sweeping wards that don't matter right now. Okay. All right. See you, Jesus. Thanks for coming in, bud. Trying to get back in the game. I got totally just abused mid lane.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Dude, Poppy, quit looking for excuses. You're playing Poppy top lane. Like, you want your team to do damage? You play damage. Look how people who play these kind of like off-meta champions just like desperately grasping for like a reason why they're losing. It's like, well,
I know what everyone wants.
could be something to do with champ select too, buddy. I mean, I know why I'm losing mid. I got outplayed hard by this Lissandra. I wasn't aware that like she had that much free wave push and mana early. Every time I tried to play her, I had mana problems, but that's because I was going Doran's Ring and just trying to build straight into Proto. She took teleport and then she stopped. She got corrupting plus 2 of those mana rings or whatever, and that gave her enough mana to sustain through and just like permanently push me. I wasn't aware of that build. It's really good. I just can't match that push early as Cassiopeia. Alright. I mean, it's like it's almost insta wave clear with that Q. Like I at least have to hit it with, you know, if I want to do it, a Q and a couple of E's.
Not so easy. Violence is so messy.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy is legendary.
Every problem is an opportunity. If you don't control pawns, you are one.
My little turret has been destroyed. Enemy killing spree. Enemy double kill.
Keep your enemies close.
I mean, Ezreal's awesome in this meta. This guy's just not a good Ezreal player. Like, Kane's looking for excuses now, too. It's just so funny. It's like, dude, you picked blue Kane. You, like, hard entered into the Lissandra at some point in the game. Like, you made mistakes, man. It's like, I made mistakes. And my ult, I guess I died while my ult was midair or something, I'm not sure. It's just kind of amusing, like the mental gymnastics people go through to try to like avoid responsibility. Cognitive dissonance, like their brain knows that like they're losing and they're stuck like in a certain rank for, you know, for a reason, right? And they know kind of like in their mind that like they're in these games and they're making mistakes in these games, but then they just try to justify it and brush it off. Oh, well, it's okay if I int into this Lissandra mid laner. It's okay if I play Poppy into Jace top lane. You know, just all of these ways they just brush it off. We just think like these little mistakes that we make just don't really matter, don't add up. It's like they do add up a lot. Game is still in progress, huh? You have to like restart the client? What's going on? Okay. Yeah, we just got slammed in every lane. Now we get to prove our mastery. Okay, so we lost 3 as support. Fine. Crashing for the night just means going to sleep, I think. Which is something I need to do at some point soon. The old Poppy meme, yeah. What rank is this? Currently Platinum 2. $73 LP. I usually have the rank like updated and ready to go. Oh yeah, I forgot to change the thing there, but huh. Well, I don't know about slave, but yeah, I mean, I do obviously like to stream. Wow, I got off-roll to jungle? Okay. Guess we're practicing that Nunu jungle. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. We were having a pretty good night. I think we're 2-0 on, like, support. And we just lost at mid-game.
You don't have the heart for this.
I have played Janna. I think that Sona and Nami are better most of the time. Janna's just so weak in the laning phase. Like, she can be good if you get out of the laning phase, but the fact that she doesn't have a proactive, like, anything that can really, like, make a play, and that she gets outscaled by Sona is rough. Nah, I'm going Nunu. I think Nunu's overpowered as hell right now, honestly, after playing him on Viewers Night. Now, once again, Viewers Night is, you know, the rank is not as great, but that just fits my playstyle a lot more, too. It's kind of like macro style. Nah, I'm probably going to be playing, if I play jungle, it's going to be Nunu or Ivern. So yeah, I mean, Janna's probably got like a 51, 52% win rate. Like, she definitely can be good for sure. But for me, it's the 18-second shield in lane. Just, like, her W is good, you know. Like, it can be pretty good harass in the laning phase. It's really cost efficient, you know. It's cheap. It can do lots of good things, but taking out Division 5 has had any real... Well, it depends on what you mean by any effect. The thing is, most people don't move very far from where they sort of, like, crystallize anyways. So I don't think it's going to matter in that sense. It just redistributed people into the 1 slot and the 4 slot. So I don't think it's had that much of an effect. Like, I don't think it's easier to climb, if that's what you're... if that's sort of what you're asking. It's just redistributed. Like, most of that was for the lower ranks, like the iron sort of redistributed, sort of shook up bronze, silver type of area, iron type of area. So I don't know, the average elo now is probably something like bronze 1 or bronze 2. Instead of silver 4. I haven't really seen the distribution tables, so I don't know, but... Okay, well, good for you, Justin. Good for you, buddy. That's great. But yeah, I really wish they would revert that... after the shield nerfs, like, Janna just got nerfed so many times. Like, I really wish they would revert her shield down. Either have the shield not decay... and give people the full shield on Janna and just say, hey, you're going to have one of the best shields in the game, but you're going to be terrible, like levels 1 to 5. Or, you know, you can still have the shield decay, but, you know, bring it down to 10 seconds. Or at least something lower, like 14 seconds scaling down to 10 seconds or something. Biggest losing streak is probably like 13 or 14 games. Biggest winning streak was probably like 19, I think, before. I have a hard time believing silver 2 is 50%, that it would have actually distributed up off of introducing iron. Maybe it only pulled people down from like low bronze into iron. Maybe that's how it worked. And then getting rid of Division 5 pulled people up a little bit. I'm not sure. But it seems unusual to me that when they introduce a new league like that, it would not distribute people down, especially near the beginning of the season. Alright, I'm going to try to start blue, see if I can get his red. Graves is dangerous. He might try to invade me. I don't know. But we want to not fight him if we can help it early on. Yeah, it's definitely Q max on Nunu.
But this time I get to be the Yeti. Roar!
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
I mean, I could... Someone's probably going to ward his red. It's tough to invade level 1. If I get my blue first, then their ward will probably fall off beforehand.
Minions have spawned.
I can go blue to red to scuttle and then just go south. I think that's the best way. Like, I could try to invade him immediately, but they could like collapse on me. It's really risky without vision. They could collapse on me, and if I get forced out, I'm really far behind. And there's a decent probability they're going to ward against the Nunu because they're going to know I want that. Like, Galio just came from over there. It's possible he started red. I don't know. That's fine, dude. Don't miss your lane experience. The way they're acting, he may have actually started red. So I might just go scuttle instead and not try to mess with his red buff. Damn it.
First blood.
I don't have my thing, but...
Let's shake out some snow.
Wow, he was there. Okay. What did he clear? Did he get my wolves?
Are we there yet?
I don't know what he cleared.
You're laughing on this.
I guess he did his raptors and then rotated up.
Let you well, then you turn into a rare yeti. That would be awesome.
Oh, I hit the wall. I was trying to rotate around as a fail. They spotted me off of that.
Do your battle cry, Willem. No, not that one.
Okay, that's fine. Wait, he can have it.
Keep your eyes open for treasure, like skulls or rusty swords. Cool. Joshua will never leave the village if you don't get rid of the frogs. Scared to step on him. Here we go!
Now, Graves is on this side of the map.
First, we gotta see it. I can't pronunciate your real name. Well, you can't say Nunu either.
So he's gonna do his red. I can maybe clear down a dragon and get dragon.
Last one there's a stinky old yeti. Fine. Magical too.
I probably should have saved that. I didn't realize Scuttle was spawning up here so soon. Try to get this Scuttle. What would you do? Scratch behind your ears? That's not an adventure. Oh, he hasn't done his red yet, huh? He did do his golems.
What did you do to him, Bradley?
Okay, so he's holding middle. I should be able to take this, I think.
You can't give up without standing on a yeti. That's as up as it gets.
Damn it. I really didn't want to do it because I knew Graves was going to collapse. If I'd hit that snowball, though, we would have had it. Or if I just stopped it and got it in the bush and ulted, we would have had it. I screwed that up. I was trying to stop the roll, but I was pressing R. I'm just not used to playing Nunu.
It's cold. I'm glad you're here, Will. Listen, how is so much the moon can't sleep at night? Let's look. Here we go!
That scuttle's about to pop up there. He's already going to be on that scuttle, probably. Okay, he's middle.
This is just like in my favorite song. Only this time, it's about us.
Okay, this flash is fine.
Rumble, tumble, and, scrumble. Willow loves to scrumble. A real dragon? Spicy.
Ally has been slain.
Alright. Okay, I think we want this. This. Probably just like some health. Big control word here.
Willa prefers scrubs. All in one go. Ugh.
An enemy has been slain.
They only hurt people because there's something sad in their hearts? Then I'm gonna knock it out.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Turret plating will fall soon.
Yeah, I should be able to get his jungle. Pretty sure. I mean, there's a chance Riven could come back in here. Yeah, of course. Oh my god. Fucking hell. And Galio. Damn it. Alright. Should not have invaded. I thought I could get it really quickly, then get out, but my flash still had 5 seconds. So that was a fail. Damn it. I had a really good advantage on him, too. I wasn't expecting the Galio. I mean, I knew Galio had his ult, but it was just a bad call. Should not have invaded without priority in the lanes, but the thing is, like, I knew Riven was probably going to be there. He just popped over the wall or something. I didn't expect her from that angle. Or she looped around. She came from a weird angle. Okay, Graves is dead. Actually, I want to grab all of his stuff. Can we kill this? I don't know if we can kill this. Nah, I want this. She's gonna run away. Oh my god, that heal with Revitalize.
Your team has destroyed.
get it in time.
Don't be afraid, Willem. I am not scared. Maybe just a little. This is gonna be the biggest snowball ever.
An enemy has been slain.
Did that to apply a little bit of extra map pressure.
He knows lots of stuff.
Maybe should have saved it if we're gonna team fight here. How low is this? It's pretty low. Well, gave him a chance to come back. Because team wanted to screw around. Hopefully we don't lose this. They don't have that much magic damage, but they do have some. Whoa, why am I moving so damn fast? What the hell?
Battle is the song I came to sing.
Graves is way over there. I don't think he's even looking.
Has been slain. Shut down. Has been slain.
Oh, how did that not hit her? They are trolling.
Rampage.
Nunu being able to like chomp people and get a large heal out of it is pretty strong. Historically, Nunu jungle, like, you could only chomp monsters, and he was still pretty good historically, like, in certain kinds of metas. But the fact that you can chomp people now, too, that it's not like a wasted skill in actual combat, is really, really strong. Now that they've, like, dialed back the damage a little bit over time. Sadie, you need to chill. She says, I'm chill, I'm just hungry. I'm chill, I'm just hungry. Sweet, we got 6 on support. That made up for both dodges. Or that made up for our dodge and then our loss. I don't think they buffed, like, him specifically. They just brought back some of the items. It's mostly like they nerfed a lot of the other champs. But yeah, I mean, it's like 220 plus 5% of your bonus health. So, you know, I had like 2,000 bonus health or something from just going Cinderhulk Warmogs. And so that's like 320 damage on a Q, even with like 0 AP. And it heals you base healing from champions plus 8% of your bonus health. And it's healing me for like 360. And if I'm low, I get an extra, you know, 15% of that from Revitalize. So he's healing for like 400 or something. It's pretty gross. And then obviously, like, the huge thing is against minions, because you win every smite fight. No one can ever take Baron from you, and you can take Baron from them or Dragon if you feel like going for it. But yeah, he's always had that, the 980 true damage. So you combine that with your smite, and you get to, like, you know, 1700 range, and like nothing can stop that. This thing too, also, once you get used to it, is actually pretty strong. It's actually kind of hard to dodge this if you don't have a mobility spell or flash or something. It gets pretty big. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but like the stun is pretty nice. It does like okay damage, but it's a pretty good knock up. And then the snowball thing's kind of goofy in fights, but it's just another CC. You know, they get rooted for between half a second to 1 second. Yeah, I mean, it can do, like, okay damage, I guess, if you hit him with everything, but then his ult's basically still the same. I forgot he actually gets this shield for, like, you know, 600 shield when he's channeling it. But yeah, I mean, he's just, that makes him very strong. I don't think they've, it's a lot more of a fun, interactive kit. I'm trying to remember. So they increased his base attack damage. Okay, yeah. Here's what they did. The consume on 822 went to 80% from 50%, which is a massive buff. And then they gave him 4 extra base attack damage early, which helps him out a lot with his first couple of clears. So those were a couple of very meaningful buffs. And then an 819... they changed a couple of these things around in some weird places. But I think it's mostly just the meta. Like, the damage is slowed down quite a lot. He can't get one-shotted early. And, like, having supportish type of stuff in an 80 carry meta is pretty good. Okay, I'll be back in just 1 second. Let me give Sadie a piece of food, and we'll get one more in here. Okay, so be right back. All right. If you need to refresh, go ahead and refresh. Sorry about that. Hopefully there wasn't too much of a disruption, but I saw there were a couple of frames dropped there. All right, so we're going to go again. This will be the last game of the night. I have to get up early. Get school stuff. Got to take care of my daughter in the morning. Got to finish my lesson plan. Answer some emails, all that good stuff. Probably not going to be Veigar, man. I'll be honest with you. I know you want to see Veigar. Like, there's several people that like Soraka. Someone was asking about Taric earlier. Hey, thanks, Mithras. I appreciate you coming by. I need to get back to Diamond first, minimum. But it's like, I just feel like I can't even play Veigar at this elo. Like, if it's a donation game or if it's a dodge game or something like that, maybe I can, but... Basically, yeah, Sadie's like chewing on the wires until I give her some food. Like burrowing into the walls and like pressing some switch I don't even know exists.
You don't have the heart for this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could play everything and just win every game. That'd be cool, but... Nunu's awesome, man. You know, I was a Nunu hater for a while. I mean, that buff obviously helps. The healing buff is massive, but I think a lot of the changes to sort of the meta right now, I think there was just too much damage last fall and winter, but I think overall he's really, really good. It feels like I actually get ahead in farm by a lot, and that's pretty rare. Even when I'm playing Ivern, where it seems like you should be able to get ahead, like... Nah, it's all good. I'll play a Veigar game eventually. I think I have one on the channel. I do like Veigar support. How do you practice Thresh? I mean, you can either go into the practice tool or you can just play him. I mean, in normals or something. He takes a while. No, I got you, man. I feel you. I'm poor too. I get it. Oh. Can he play anything else, or is he like a Vayne one trick? Nami's annoying into Vayne, but I don't, because she can like roll out of your bubbles really easily. But we can pressure with Nami early. I don't know what else they're gonna pick. If they pick assassins, I can't really do Sona. I'll do Nami, I guess.
I decide what the tide will bring.
Well, he was hovering Vayne. I did ban out his 21%. Jesus. Is that the guy? Scarlet Gun? I want to see if I can say that. Maybe she'll want to play Jinx. Bro, I'm trying to nudge you off of Caitlyn. Like, take a hint. You're like 21% on Caitlyn. I'm trying very politely to get you not to play that champion that you're awful on. Okay, what... Lukewarm is 42%. Sura never plays Victor, from what I can tell. I think I dodged this. In theory, Caitlyn is good against Vayne, like, historically. It's just, like, not right now. And this guy's auto-filled. He's 43%. Like, nobody even has a 50% win rate on the champions they're playing. Alright, let's see how long dodge timer is. mean, nobody's on a champion they're good with. We don't really have that many win conditions either, like good clean conditions. Dude, are you effing kidding me? God bless. I hate this client so much. I clearly dodged it before the freaking timer ran out. I clearly dodged it before the timer ran out, and it puts me in here. It pisses me off so much. This happens like 2 or 3 times a week. And, you know, people ask, well, why don't you, like, dodge faster? Because I shouldn't have to dodge every single game. Sometimes other people dodge earlier. Well, maybe they're playing stuff they're not good on, too. That's all we can hope for. Usually Xeraths are one-tricks. We should at least be able to win lane.
There's always another wave.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, maybe I'll win. It should have been a dodge, though.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Still hear the song of the sea.
Well, their 2 main threats. The Yi and the Vayne will have lots of abilities to dodge my bubbles and my ult.
Minions have spawned.
I'll find my path.
I would get at least 3 points of Q for the laning phase with Veigar.
Quit flopping around.
Oh, it is mid Garen? Holy crap, really? Mid Garen and Xerath. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was Victor middle.
We are all tied to the ocean.
Oh, she went Guardian Janna. Wow. Okay. Caitlyn needs to step up in this lane. She's playing like max range. This is why she's 21% win rate, Caitlyn. Like, she's playing it like she's Jinx. That's why I suggested Jinx. Because she doesn't play aggressive champions. She plays like farm champs, like Jinx, Vayne, Sivir. She doesn't play Draven. She doesn't play Jhin. I can't go up and harass her with the cannon there like that. Then, dude, push this wave. And this is why I don't like Caitlyn's in general in solo queue. It's like, yeah, she can be good in the right circumstances, but you have to actually be aggressive. People want to play her like she's Sivir, but she's actually a lot closer to something like Draven. That's how you should be playing her. Or Jhin. Like, it should be like in your face, like heavy pressure. Get that shield off of there. In this matchup, like, we have to come out of this lane. We have to get tower first, and we have to be up like 20 CS. We're gonna get outscaled. We don't, like, Jarvan, if Jarvan gets ahead, we will have kind of an okay mid-game. Like, Victor's pretty good late game. I mean, it's not like this is the worst team comp ever. It was really, you know, more along the lines of just people. It was kind of questionable comp, and people don't have a lot of experience on those champs. Yi? Yeah, Yi's here. He's here. Wow, that pin though. Did Vayne flash for that? I don't remember hearing a flash. I didn't think she was close enough for that though. I mean, didn't he walk up the lane? I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's looping around. I gotta trigger Guardian first. I forgot about that. Kind of wasting mana there. I don't think she's auto-attacked Vayne once, though. Like, that's the issue. Is like, Caitlyn is thought to be a counter to Vayne historically because she has much longer auto-attack range. Vayne has 550, Caitlyn has 650. So, like, if you're not regularly landing, like, at least one auto-attack per minion wave on the enemy, you can't play Caitlyn. And she's that way because she's balanced around pro play. Because range is so much better at higher elo because people actually do abuse those autos. And that's why she has the slowest attack speed of any major AD carry. So that she doesn't scale that well into the mid game deliberately. Because she has such an extreme range early. So she's almost like Jhin. I should have maybe put the slow on her there. Janna used Ignite. Yeah. Good point, good point. We're barely up CS. It's not enough. We're not even going to be up if she catches most of this CS. Holy shit. Okay, there we go. Could have ignited while I was stunned. Okay, so that was on the rough side, but I know I'm kind of breaking a cardinal sin here by not getting boots, but I have such a good opportunity to get a book here. Who got it? You got it. It's not great for us, but okay, now we're up like 14 CS. That's good, but we need even more.
Has been slain.
I'll tell you what though, this Garen, you know what? I was doubting it, but he's getting some really good roams off. Notice we're layering our shields. I'm waiting for my Aerie shield to fall off, and then I put the next Aerie shield on him. I'm waiting on his shield to fall off, and then I put the next shield on him. I can't walk this way or I can get pinned. Maybe I can bait her into going for me here. She rolled towards me.
You have slain an enemy.
I wasn't sure if her flash was going to be back up. Probably not, but it was close. Okay, okay. Well, we're doing what we need to do. We definitely need to crush this early game. This Garen is getting some good roams. He is definitely making use of that Predator.
People in their air.
He's still down CS, but like he is making use of that kind of unique-ish strategy there. We definitely have to win, like, pretty hard. This Jarvan really is running the show, though. This is pretty greedy staying for this, but... We need to apply maximum pressure, though. She didn't get any of those kills, I don't think, either. We're basically out of mana. Okay, so she's saving for the full infinity. All right. I can pressure them. I can be that woman. I mean, that's a waves. That's like 4 waves, though. Maybe more. Like, perfect CS. We have his blue warded. So unless he's, like, just skips blue and comes down. I mean, if we get this tower, though, that will accelerate her quite a bit. We got a plate. Here might be coming down for the dive. She's got to get out of here, I think, after that. That's okay. It would be nice if we converted that, but it's like a couple more autos. If I E'd myself instead of Caitlyn, maybe we would have had it. Okay. It's going to be hard to push through Xerath. But maybe if we can deny his blue. Where is Yi? Is Yi...
My people are counting on me. Ride upon the waves.
I think E might actually be AFK. I don't know if we're going to be able to go through the, Okay, Garen's going bottom. That's nice. That certainly helps. Want to get the charge off? Get the charge off. Pretty sure.
I will see my home again.
Battering ram Caitlyn, in effect. Yeah, I mean, this is what you have to do with Caitlyn comms, basically. Walk around, you take all the towers by like 20 minutes. Not gonna take his I would have taken this before I left. That's a waste.
Quit flopping around. Enemy has been slain.
That's right. I like the vocab word there. Dodge gods make up for Rito's maleficence. Yeah, we got... Well, we had to outplay him hard, and we did. And Yi went AFK, so... I mean, what happened probably was Jarvan was just destroying him in the early game, as Jarvan should, if it's a good Jarvan. And his team was probably giving him a hard time, saying, Yi, you're worthless, Yi, you suck, and then he just went AFK. That's probably what happened. When they still could have come back and won this if Yi wasn't AFK. Like, Xerath has a lot of wave clear, he was doing alright in middle. Like, they had the potential. And then Yi scales really well, Vayne scales really well. Yeah, but I mean, you can't be result-oriented. It still should have been a dodge. It's nice that we won it. I mean, it wasn't a 0%. I just feel like it was probably like a 25 or 30% on paper, but we outplayed it. Garroted. Yeah. Oh, I was removed from the party. That's my favorite, when the client recognizes that I dodged, but then it doesn't give me a dodge. Like, because it says this, that means it knows that I left the lobby before the game started. I'll give it to Caitlyn. Yeah, I wanted a dodge. Like, guys, you gotta understand that, like, I always use poker as an analogy. Like, if I was dealt, like, I don't know, a 5-8 offsuit or something like that, right? And then, you know, I was just like, all right, guys, you know, I'm dodging or whatever. But then I accidentally, you know, in a friendly game of poker, I don't guess that would happen. But if, like, I intended to dodge or something, and then I didn't, and then, like, the flop gives me a straight or something like that, you know, like the flop is a, you know, like 6, 7, 9 or something like that. That still doesn't mean if there were two people betting into me that I should do that every single time. You know, if there's like two people ahead of me and they're both like hard betting, you know, they're both like betting the pot each time. And then, you know, I have like a 5-8 offsuit, I should fold that. You know, you should fold that all the time, unless you're getting in, like, for free, basically. Because you're not always going to get the straight, right? You're not always going to flop the full house. I played a lot of poker back in the day. Not at, like, super high stakes, just like with friends, you know, just little $5 games, $10 games, whatever. Like, once or twice a week. But yeah, I mean, that's, you know, you just can't be results oriented. You can't just say, well, it worked out this time, so I should do that every time. You know, you have to think like process oriented. Was that actually a good idea? You know. But we got a lot off of that. How much did we get off of that? I didn't think we were in range. We got over 20, right? Because we were at, I thought we were at 73. After the, no, we won 2 games. We got +6, that's right. So we were at 79. So that means we got at least +21. I don't know. Is it telling us how much we got? Okay, so you just have to play 1 game in your provisionals, and then it starts splashing a little bit. 1 to 2 casinos at a time. That's cool. Nah, I've always kind of wanted to go to a casino. I used to live in very close to Cincinnati in Ohio, and they had a really nice casino. And I was up there with a friend, and you know, he wanted to play. I really hate losing money, and I'm poor. So like mostly I just played with friends just to hang out and have something, you know, to do. So we would just do cheap stuff, you know, $5 poker. It doesn't matter if I lose. The money's going to my friends, you know. I'm okay with that. It's just basically playing $5 just for a little bit of excitement for a few hours and just chilling, talking with your friends. Just with a little extra spice in there. It's the same thing as, like, in my mind, going to a bar and buying a drink, having a beer with your friends. Instead of giving the money to the bartender, though, you're just giving the money to your friends if you lose. I did win a fair amount. I did win a pretty fair amount. So that also helped. But I definitely won more than I lost. But I didn't mind when I did lose because it was such a small amount of money and it was going to a good cause. So, whatever. Or we'd, like, go bowling. I need to go bowling again on Wednesdays. There's a bowling alley here where it's, like, $1 or $2 a game. It used to be $1 a game, but I think it might be $2 a game. Oh, okay. $1 to $2 blinds. That's not too bad. But anyways, that's going to be it for tonight. That's a little bit shorter than I'd usually like, but I also need to go to sleep, need to get some stuff done. We were 4-1, so that's like 80%. I'll take that. And we'll play out the series tomorrow night. So sorry, I ended up going a little overboard working on some projects last night. I ended up staying up till like 7 a.m. Or maybe it was probably closer to 8 a.m. I think it was like 8 a.m. Then I had to get up and take care of my daughter at 10:30 a.m. And it was tough. I actually fell asleep for like 30 minutes in her playroom. There's nothing dangerous in there for her to play with. She was just playing with her toys, reading books or something, and I just like passed out in the middle of the floor. And then eventually she woke me up. Hey, thanks, Otaku. But yeah, I mean, I'm already going to be probably getting 5 hours of sleep. And I need to be, like, conscious because some students might want to meet me for office hours tomorrow to talk about their essays. I need to actually start working on my dissertation, too. I need to start reading it. My wife's right. I only have, like, 2 years left to complete it, max. And so I need to get that started. I can probably do it in, like, a year, but who knows? I mean, I just need to do it. I need to get it done. It'd be a huge raise for me if I could finish it and get, like, a full-time position at this university. It'd be so much more job security, so much more money. I just need to do it. But anyways, we got to play different champions too. Oh yeah, we got to report the feeder dude there. I might switch over to jungle in this meta. I kind of like Nunu and Ivern. I mean, to be honest, and people have been saying this for a while, jungle is probably the role that makes the most sense with like my play style. You know, very macro oriented, kind of cerebral play style, and then my mechanics are like okay, you know. Have I caught any students cheating? I'll chat for a couple of minutes if people have questions, but that's it for the games. Not super explicitly. There's been like some very close cases of plagiarism where I've read it and I've been like, I don't know. It was difficult to prosecute, but it's very, very difficult to plagiarize my essays because they're weird most of the time. They, you know, there's just different, usually there's different parts to them, and it really requires a lot of, like, kind of next level critical thinking, And you're just not going to find a generic essay like that online that you could buy. You'd have to pay someone to handwrite it for you at the university. And I told them this at the beginning of the semester. I'm like, we do so many drafts. Like, you have to turn in a rough draft. You have to have a conference with me about it, about each essay that you do. So you'd have to, like, fake your way through the conference, fake your way through the drafts, and you'd have to have someone that writes exactly like you write, you know, with your writing style. Because this was one thing that kind of set off alarms for me, is one guy was like, I'm, you know, reading his essay. I was like, there's no way he talks like that. Like, he was just this kind of, like, fratter guy that was, like, in the back. I mean, maybe he does, but it was just, like, very literary sounding. And this is a guy that turned in, like, no homework. So I had no idea of how he actually wrote when he turned in his first essay. Did no homework, said nothing in class. Just like his demeanor with other people just led me to believe he wouldn't do this. And he picked, like, for his, like, history, like, his really difficult, like, rhetorical essay about history, he was writing about, like, the Russian Revolution. It was just something that was really weird for him to do. So I don't know. That was a close case, but he ended up, like, failing anyways. So it didn't matter because he just had too many absences and never did any homework. So usually those things sort themselves out, and I don't even have to investigate fully. But I would say most students don't, because I help them out as much as they want. I tell them that up front. I say there's no reason to ever plagiarize in my class because I help you out. You can do revisions if you want to on your essays. It's really hard to fail my class if you're, like, doing any work. You know, it's not everyone gets an automatic A, but at the same time, like, if you're trying, you're turning in stuff, you're showing up to class, you're probably not going to fail. Like, really, I've never had someone, well, not never. I have had maybe, it's less than 5 students that show up to the majority of classes that fail. It's almost always attendance related if somebody fails. But, like, there was one guy a few years ago that just, like, he like did every project except for the one that counted for, like, 30% of your grade, the huge, like, research paper. He just wouldn't do that one. And he did, like, okay on his other projects, and not great. I mean, like, B, C range, but then he just got a 0 on the huge project. And he had, like, his attendance was pretty good, I think. And, like, the group project, he contributed. He spoke most of the time. He actually did well on that one. He got an A on the presentation, but, like, his, you know, other 2 essays were, like, mediocre. They were okay, but then he just didn't turn in the big one. And so I was telling him all semester, and he wasn't, like, he was okay. Like, he can pass, you know. He has an IQ over 80 in this class, and, you know, I was like, hey, man, look, like, just turn in something. I was telling him, I was like, just turn it in. I was like, if you even get, like, a 60 on this, you'll probably pass the class. Just do anything that's, like, the appropriate length that looks like you're trying, and you'll probably pass. I told him this, like, straight up. And he was just never got back to me. Then at the end of the semester, he's like, hey, man, can you just pass me? And I was like, you got to turn in something, man, or it's not fair. Like, you'll probably pass if you turn in almost anything. And then he was like, you know, had all this sad story about everything that was going on throughout the whole semester. I said, all right, I'll make you a deal. I'll give you 1 extra month. I'll give you an extension beyond the end of the semester. They don't like for us to do that, but I can give you an incomplete. Just, you know, you've got the entire winter break when no other classes are going on. Just turn in an essay. I said, if it's at least a C quality essay, I'll pass you. How about that? Is that a deal? And he just never got back to me. I was like, what? I mean, I'm trying so hard to pass you. I'm trying so hard, but I just can't give a free pass. This is not fair to the students who were trying. But I'm like, literally just do anything. And there was another girl last semester that's kind of like that, where, you know, she had some family problems, and she tried in class, and, you know, I could tell that she was really, like, mentally distraught. And there was, you know, she had perfect attendance through most of the semester, then kind of near the end, she missed, like, 2 weeks in a row. And she emailed and told me this, you know, personal story, which, of course, I'm not going to share. But, you know, that she was having a hard time. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 2 months. Because she was missing 2 big essays. I was like, I'll give you 2 months. You have until, like, you know, March next semester, and I'll give you an incomplete, but you have to do the work, and I'll pass you if you do it. And I tried to email her. I've emailed her twice, and she still hasn't emailed me back. So she might fail too. Just, it's hard. Like, no other professor hardly is going to give people that much leeway on stuff. I try, but there's just sometimes you just can't help people. But anyways, that's going to be it. That's enough for story time. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. You might be seeing some more Nunu and Ivern. I know people on the channel like those champs, you know, because they're supporty type of champs. People have been asking me to play the jungle a lot. I do like mid lane. Mid lane's cool, but, like, I don't know. I could make mid work. I could make mid work with things like Karthus and Malzahar. I just feel like I get outplayed, you know, in, like, mid platinum. I guess this is probably, like, bottom platinum in mid. I just am not super great there. Sometimes I have great games, sometimes not. It feels like it's, like, 50-50. With support, I feel like I'd never get outplayed in platinum. Like, comparing me to the other support, or it's extremely rare. I feel like I win the matchups at least like 80% in terms of like what I'm doing. Maybe that's not accurate. Maybe that's overconfident. But I feel like it's at least a high percentage. Like, I feel confident. I feel good. I feel like I am contributing a lot to the games, you know. But when I play mid, sometimes it just feels like there's almost nothing I can do. And that's because I'm just like not good enough to keep up with some of these other mid laners at this level. Right, like that Cassiopeia game versus Lissandra, I was just getting like auto pushed in all game, and it felt like there was nothing I could do. And it's not like team please, it's because I'm just not like super great at mid yet because I haven't played mid that much. So, anyways, but jungle with Nunu, like, it feels like in some of these games, like, I'm getting pretty far ahead. Like, on the Viewers Night game, yes, but even right there in that placement game where I was playing against I think like low to mid plats, like I felt like I was making pretty good plays and I was having a pretty good impact. And with Ivern, I think he has the potential. So, and those are my style of jungles. I'm just not going to be like a Xin Zhao or a Kha'Zix jungle type of person probably. I mean, maybe, but really, like, if Ivern and Nunu stay viable. Do I have teaching videos for this game? Yes, I do, Peppy. There's a lot. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, so if you go to the main channel, and this is going to be like the last couple minutes of the stream, then that has to be it. I have to get out of here and finish some other stuff up. Yeah, we have a lot of content for you. So I do tier lists for every patch. So I do 80 carry and support all the time, and I'm trying to do mid more. I might do some jungle next patch also, but I do at least 2 tier lists. Sometimes I get 3 or 4. And these are like in-depth, good, high-quality tier lists. This isn't just like, these champions are good. You know, it's like it actually goes in there and tells you why in detail. So they're on the long side. You know, they're usually about an hour long, but I've got timestamps, beautiful timestamps in the description, so you can jump around to your favorite parts, you know, look at your favorite champs. And I also have a Google Doc if you click on it. Sort of breaks down the stuff that I talk about in the video if you just want to skim through it, if you don't have time to watch the whole thing. And then I've got kind of this ranking system here, and for each one of the top 15 champs, if you just click on it, then I've got a little mini guide for it. So it'll tell you, it'll give you a link to the wiki where you can find out more about the stats and abilities of the champion. It's got a rating system that I explained in the video, recommended runes, and recommended items. And if I have an in-depth guide for that champion, then I have a link to that guide as well. So a lot of content for you there. All of my guides are going to have that Google Doc in there with the timestamps. So they're long, but, you know, you can skim around and find your favorite parts in them. So we have tier lists. We have topical guides, so everything from like best one-trick video, how to escape each elo, how to choose a champion and role, 5 real tips to help you get to diamond, dodging, monster control, macro, laning, micro, all sorts of stuff that you can think about in there. So just all kinds of topical videos. We have coaching sessions if you want to see me like coaching other people, learn some stuff off of that. Those are always available for free. If you would like a coaching session yourself, it's just $20 for off stream or $25 for on stream. You just send me a replay. I'll make a video just like one of these for you that can give you that good in-depth insights. But you can also watch other people's videos for free if you want to. So I've got all of them posted up there. We've got like 150 something, 153 on there. I have in-depth champion guides. I'm going to try to add more of these. I've got a bunch in queue that I need to do. But we have all sorts of champions, mostly supports, but some other stuff too. I have individual champion playlists. I need to add more onto these. But there's a lot there. So if you want to just watch all Rakan, learn how to play Rakan, I've got 33 Rakan games. I've got 50 Zyra games, 17 Thresh, 20 Sorakas. So just all kinds of stuff that you can find on there. Then if you like Total War Warhammer, I have stuff for that too. I have probably like 30 campaigns for Warhammer as well. I can't do one more. I got to go to sleep, guys. I got to do my lesson plan, which is probably going to take at least an hour, and then I have to get up by like 8 to deal with my daughter, and so I'm probably only going to get 4 hours of sleep as it is. Hey, thanks, Jackson. I appreciate the sub. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll play a lot more tomorrow. I know it was a little bit short. It's about 30 minutes shorter than I usually like, but, you know, I just kind of fell behind on the sleep. But, yeah, so sorry about that. But I will have some new stuff coming out for you, and I should have some guides, tier lists. I definitely have patch notes tomorrow and probably the support tier list tomorrow for you as well. So lots of stuff coming, but for tonight, I got to go to sleep. Hey, thanks, Peppy. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Total War content's a lot of fun. I like that too. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy the content, check out the rest of the stuff on the channel. We'll be back tomorrow around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to look for those patch notes and tier lists coming out tomorrow. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.